Now for the top story tonight, reaction. Joining us from Los Angeles, Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall, and from Fort Worth, Texas, radio talk show host Janine Turner. So Janine, where am I going wrong here?
Well, I actually don't think you are going wrong. I agree with you. I think this is a very difficult situation for Santorum. I think he's a principled conservative, and he stands by his convictions, and I believe he's a compassionate man, but it's getting lost in the translation. And, you know, I bristle when I hear this type of thing.
Why? Why do you bristle when you hear this type of thing?
Well,
all he's saying, let me just define, all Rick Santorum is saying is that he himself personally doesn't believe in birth control, all right? He doesn't practice it, apparently, and that he believes that the pill and the emphasis on do your own thing, whatever you want, has led to a variety of social problems. So why does that make you, a conservative woman, bristle?
Well, because I am a conservative woman, and yet there are a lot of people that don't live in traditional families but wish they were in traditional families, whether you're a conservative or an independent or a liberal. And when he says things like this, it alienates a lot of people instead of coalescing them. And I think there's an element of condemnation, and I think that's going to send voters flying. And I like him. And I think he stands for a lot of great things.
You feel that Santorum comes off as judgmental when he speaks about this?
I think he does. I don't think he is, but I think he does come off as judgmental. And
now,
that
Leslie,
if he could just temper that and speak the truth, then it would be better for him.
Leslie, as a flaming liberal woman, of course you object to everything Rick Santorum has ever said in his whole life from the time he's been 2. But here, he's speaking from the heart. I mean, Santorum's speaking from the heart. And his constituency, many people believe the way that he does. But in this day and age, Santorum's not going to get a fair shot, and everybody knows it, right?
Well, it's not about a fair shot, Bill. I mean, life isn't fair, and certainly politics, and if you're running for president, left or right, that's how it is. It's very transparent, and he has to say what he believes. I commend anybody for saying what they believe. But there's a difference between, hey, look, I'm a Catholic, this is what my wife and I practice, we homeschool, we choose that she doesn't work, ... And then the perception, which I think people left and right are getting, which is, whoa, you're trying to push your lifestyle, your religion, and being judgmental. That's how he's coming off. That does hurt him.
He didn't come across that way to me, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth here. He didn't come across that. You're a guy. Maybe, and that's a legitimate point. I mean, I see things a little bit differently than obviously you guys do. But let me just state my case here. Santorum doesn't seem to me to be a zealot. He doesn't go around, I've known a guy for many years, he doesn't go around trying to convert you to Catholicism or tell you that the Bible says one thing and you should do it. I've never heard him do that. But he's caught in now a situation where there is a legitimate issue, freedom of religion, all right, surrounding a contraception ruling by the Obama administration dealing with insurance. So now what's happened is that the Charlie Roses on CBS and some of the other interviewers have taken this, and then his guy that he went on MSNBC, which is just insane. The more I think about putting a guy like that on MSNBC, why don't you just take off all your clothes, run around naked, all right, and get arrested by the police? That would do just about as much harm as going on MSNBC. But I don't see him as a roller, Leslie. I think you're being unfair there. I don't think Santorum's a holy roller.
I think, honestly, and I've asked a lot of my Catholic friends, because I'm not Catholic, and my mom used to be, but a lot of people that I know that are Catholic, and a lot of people in every religion, seem to have that cafeteria-style religion. You know what I mean, Bill? They pick and choose what they like. I know many Catholics that within their marriage use birth control because they can't afford 10 children. But that's not the issue. Santorum isn't running as a Catholic, and he's not putting his faith above any others. Now, Ginny, it's interesting because your point of view is usually traditional on this broadcast, but here, do you say that all politicians should avoid all of these issues? Because some of them are social issues. I mean, Santorum saying, listen, the sexual liberation movement has led to a lot of more abortions, all right, dead fetuses. That's true. So should they avoid all of this stuff?
No, and I appreciate that he sticks by his convictions, and I appreciate that what he says is who he is, and I think he's great on economy and so many other areas. I just would like for him to not narrow his audience because I like him. I would like for him to be able to not come off in this sort of
But can any politician then address these issues without being demonized? Can any? It's like talking about crime in the inner city. As soon as you do that,
I do. I think Reagan's a great example.
Go ahead.
No. I think Reagan's a great example. I think there's a way to say it. There's
Reagan never talked about this stuff. I don't.
No, but he was
Reagan
conservative.
Birth control? No.
No. Well, but still, the difference in the way he would present something and the way Santorum is presenting something. And I also have to say something else. This sexual promiscuity has been going on since the beginning of time. And I wrote a book about, women through 17 centuries. And babies were being thrown in the forest and drowned. And this has been going on forever.
There's a lot less stigma attached to this kind of stuff than there used to be. All right, Leslie, last word. I contend no politician can talk about this ever in any context, and they're going to get murdered. Go.
I will agree that any politician is going to get skewered by the media, regardless of their ideology. However, we're in a time of transparency, Bill, and the American voter needs to hear what these people think and how that relates to government, because it is based on a social issue.
Very good, ladies. Thanks very much.